everybody. Welcome back to the ICCCon and the Eclective Collective podcast. I'm Ash.
I'm Brian.
And we're here today with a very special guest. I'm very excited introducing Clem. So thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Hello, everybody.
You having a good day today?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Amazing.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, your body of work has taken you across multiple galaxies.
Multiple multiverses of multiverses?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
I mean, dude, you
Multiverse of madness.
multiverse of
Am I?
madness, indeed.
Do you want the exclusive?
Please. Anything.
I don't know. Disney might still be listening.
Oh, okay.
They're always listening. No, but I mean, you've had a hand or a foot or a face and everything. I mean, it's quite impressive, everything that you've had a chance to be a part of.
Thank you. It's not intentional. It's just the face I'm born with. Sometimes I end up in set and a director go, "Oh, I love that guy. Can you bring him more forward?" Or, it's just a look. They just want something to make the scene look interesting. So there'll be not just me, obviously. That sounds really egotistical, but there's lots of interesting looking characters, and of course that lends itself to Star Wars and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, what about Doctor Who? Because with that one, you couldn't see your face a lot of the time.
Well, actually, the two creatures I played were specifically you could see faces.
Didn't you play the Clockwork?
Yeah, but you could see my face.
Could you?
I had scars and stuff, but there's a little bit of prosthetics. But
That's my favorite episode of
that
Doctor
is,
Who.
yes.
really, oh,
Yes.
that's good. Well, that was kind of like one of those examples of the director like pulling me right in and finding me interesting, and then giving me more things to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then before you know it, like I'm quite involved in that scene with Clara. Clara's trying to get away, and I'm the clockwork droid next to her. So there's a lot of me in that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I love that episode, and I always thought that whoever was playing those clockwork, pieces, did such a good job of being so unsettling.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so unsettling.
Yeah, and we had to remember that we were actually kind of we're mechanical robotic creatures,
Yeah.
and we don't breathe and we don't blink, so we had to bring that on. And so there were a lot of watery eyes at the end of the scenes, as we were trying to keep the eyelids open, and make it believable as well.
Yeah, you nailed it. That's it's mine and my brother's favorite
Oh,
episode.
thank you. Thank
and
you
so,
so much.
I mean, when I saw it, I was looking through your list, I'm like, oh my God. That's like one of my least favorite, but also favorite, like
Yeah,
kind
no.
of villains. That
Yeah,
really
cool.
But yeah, so it's very cool. Sorry, excuse me. Do you have you just said being uncomfortable in that kind of clockwork getup. Were there any other significant times that kind of stick out of being that in a role or a costume that was particularly uncomfortable?
I find often if I'm asked to be some kind of warrior in a scene, often the armor you wear is quite uncomfortable and often very difficult to breathe in. Like, I think 47 Ronin, which was a Keanu Reeves film in, I think it was 2012-ish, that was really, really uncomfortable because it was like a sort of samurai get up, but it was like really hot in Shepperson Studios. And all I could remember was like, I can't breathe in this, but we had to do that all day and every day, and very uncomfortable. So that's my memory of that film, not anything else, And the same with the Justice League, when one of the army of men who were attacking Darkseid. Yeah, that was really hard to run in because it looks great, but like the skirts they'd cut for it just kept cutting into your legs, as you ran.
Oh.
So yeah, just things like that can make or not make your day. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, geez Louise.
It looks good. It looks good.
Hey,
know, yeah,
it always looks good.
At what cost?
But yeah.
Well, I'm sure it's the same for everybody, who has to get, a costume on or armor or creatures, performers who have full-on prosthetics or,
Yeah. Do you enjoy the little bit of like anonymity that provides you, that you get to be a part of these things, are a part of people's like minds, but they don't really know?
I think so. Yeah, I'm enjoying it now because it's like, I can see the body of work and I can be in other things, and I don't think they kind of look at what I've done in the past as an obstacle for me being in other films. like I worked on The Force Awakens, and then I worked on Last Jedi, and then Solo Star Wars story is before that, so I'm kind of there, but it doesn't really matter. You can see that I don't really matter in that way, but that's cool. That means I can work on more projects.
Yeah. Makes it more open. Instead of
Yeah,
kind of, like,
absolutely.
narrowing it
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
That's awesome.
It's good fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have because you've been on, so many sets, does it get more comfortable, like being on those big production sets?
I think every set has its challenges or its difficulties. It just also depends what the scene is, how much action is involved, or, it could be really exciting and exhausting, or it could be like really tedious, where there's lots of dialogue and you're just standing there and it's like, oh my God, this needs to end. And I often some of the scene in Spectre where we're in the secret meeting in Rome, the Spectre agents, it was like very long, very drawn out, and I was just grateful that I was in a position where I could at least see what was going on. A lot of it was quite tedious, I'm sorry to say. But then No Time to Die was really exciting, because I was one of the agents there, and we were, we had to rehearse doing stunt falls and things. We got to work with the stunt team, which was really fun. And we've got to perform those stunt falls, so it was pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you have anything you wanted to ask, Brian?
Let's see. Well, you said you worked with the stunt team, so do you do a lot of your own stunts?
I'm not qualified stunt. So what they tend to do, it's called special action. So it's like the peripheral of stunts. So you have the main stunt team, and then they might have others that are dressed around that action, and you might do something that, as long as they feel confident that you can do it, and often you do. They'll work it out with the stunt team. You won't do that on your own.
Okay.
Yeah, it's perfectly safe. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know how that worked. That's
Well, I think each production is different.
A little bit different.
Yeah, I was in a scene in the Gulag in Black Widow where all the prisoners break out with the Red Guardian, and there were so many supporting artists there. Some of them were quite new to it, and we were all like coordinating our own fights, and some of them actually thought that you actually hit people. And I was like, no, go away, please. See, a lot of people got a few bruises on that one. Yeah.
Oh, geez. Do you remember what inspired you to get into this career field? Like, what was your
just by accident? My brother was in Casino Royale. He played Mr. Fukutu, who was one of the poker players, but it was a good 20-minute scene. So he was really in it. I think he even got a line, and I have a very similar look, and he just said, I think you should give this a go. So I did, and I started to get some roles in things, TV and movies, and then I joined more agencies and got more work. That's how it works in the UK. I don't know how it works in the US, but
I don't know.
I don't either. Yeah,
you don't know,
because I've never been brave enough to look into it. Because it seems like a really daunting, process. But it sounds like that you've just kind of jumped into it and taken.
Sure, and it's kind of the look I have is just always seems to fit into quirky things, science fiction, fantasy. Yeah, they're never gonna, I'm never gonna be cast as a lawyer or a doctor or something like that. So, they have to find ways of, using you. So that's probably why I end up in these kind of science fiction movies. But
I mean, give yourself a little credit. You're probably really easy to work with. You're very easy to talk to.
Like
having those soft skills makes you super hireable.
Yeah, and I just given it's a given to be super professional. That's and hardworking. All those things are given like any job. And then you have all those other things you consider. Yeah, for sure.
Kind of your bonus things that make you stand out apart from everybody else. So, that's awesome.
What's your favorite genre? Is it the science fiction, fantasy, or?
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, I am actually a fan of science fiction, and I love Doctor Who, I love Star Wars, I love Marvel comics and stuff. So it's an extra bonus to kind of be on those. I remember on Guardians of the Galaxy, which was the first Marvel movie I worked on. I had to pinch myself because I just thought I can't believe I'm on a Marvel movie. And I think a friend of mine was saying, hey, do you remember when you used to save all your pocket money and buy all those comic books? Well, now this is the payback. You're getting the money back.
Yeah. Who's your favorite character?
In which?
In Marvel.
Oh, Marvel. Oh, that's such a hard choice.
I know it is.
As a lad,
official record. You gotta choose right now.
as a lad, I love Fantastic Four because I love Jack Kirby's artwork.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I was really inspired by his early work.
Mm-hmm.
So Fantastic Four. If they can make a great Fantastic Four movie, that would be good.
Oh.
And if I can get a partner, that would even be better.
Please, yeah. I'm really hoping that they do. Now that Disney owns the rights, hopefully maybe it'll be a little bit better.
Maybe get another crack at it.
No, they'll get another crack.
Give
Hopefully
it a
it's good.
revamp.
And since I'm in the US right now, I mean, obviously, Star Trek's filmed here. All the shows there. So that's on my bucket list. Star Trek.
Oh.
So if there's anybody out there, get me on it.
Well, given your background, I don't think that should be a problem. I mean, they should just look at it and be like, "Yep, this is our guy." So, what was it like? I mean, when you said Guardians of the Galaxy, I would be the same. Like, I would be such a mega, and it turned out it was such a great film. Like, I mean, it was such a hit.
I think with Guardians, obviously, the comic book characters were they were unknown. I mean, even the ones I read as a kid weren't the same characters as they were making the film with. So I think it was a total experiment, but yeah, it worked out well. And like everybody, I love the film. The music is amazing. The comedy beats are amazing. I love the colors they use. Those kind of pale, the blues and the yellows they tend to use in that. It was a great film. Just in general, I think it will, in 30 years' time, be one of those films that everybody will talk about in the same way they do Star Wars. You know, it's just got something very unique about it.
Yeah. I was really blown away when I saw it. So, in Ready Player One, oh my gosh, that was such a massive. And I was fortunate enough to read the book before, and I thought they did such a great job portraying that. Did you enjoy your time on that set? Yeah,
I didn't read the book, but I believe there weren't many actual physical scenes with live action scenes. A lot of it was CGI. But the scene I worked on, which was the stacks, which was like all the high-rise buildings with the mobile homes, that was amazing to work on because just those physical sets in Warner Brothers Studio in Leavesden. Had I think 5 buildings that were actual set builds of with the they were really there.
I totally thought that was.
You know, when they were talking about casting people to work on that film, they said one of the first things they said was, "You must be really good with heights." And of course, everybody fibs, you know, to get on the film, right? And then on the first day, you know, we worked on that film. Was a test day of the stacks buildings, and we had to go all the way up to the top. Ooh, scary.
Wow.
Scary.
Well, that's amazing.
If you didn't have vertical, you would have to go up there.
I would imagine so.
It was really rickety, and it's like, oh my god.
Very realistic.
Yeah.
Well, Clem, thank you so much for joining us. This is an absolute pleasure. Like I said, I'm just blown away by your catalog of work, and we're just grateful for your time.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Awesome. Thanks, guys, for still here at the ICC Con. It's the Eclectic Collective Podcast. We'll be back in a little bit for more interviews. Thanks.
This summer, saddle up in Smashville as the Music City hosts the hottest party of the summer. WWE SummerSlam Nashville. For the first time ever at Nissan Stadium, a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll, a whole lot of kick-ass. WWE SummerSlam, Saturday, July 30th. Tickets on sale now.